ed and the adjectives with ing. Do you know the difference between frightened or frightening? So we will know this now in this video. Let's begin together. First of all, we can use adjectives that end with ed to describe people's feelings, how they feel. So, for example, in this picture I can say Anne was very frightened. So I'm describing how Anne is feeling. So here the subject of the sentence Anne is the person who has the feeling. What about we are all surprised by the news? So the feeling that we feel, or how do we feel about the news, I'm describing our feeling here. We are all surprised. So I use the ed, the adjective plus ed, when I describe people's feeling. Let's see another examples. What about this picture? We can say, I wasn't nervous before the exam. I was relaxed. So I was relaxed. I described how I feel at this moment. So I describe how I feel at this moment. I was very relaxed. I wasn't nervous. Another example. Were you disappointed by the film? I'm asking about your feeling. So I said, were you disappointed? I didn't say, were you disappointing? Because I'm asking about your feeling. So, were you disappointed by the film? What about this one? The students are bored during the lesson. So I'm describing the feeling of the students. They were or they are bored. They feeling bored during the lesson. I'm interested in your idea. So I'm speaking about, or I'm describing my feeling. I'm interested in your ideas. But your ideas are interesting when I describe the ideas. So they are interesting, but I am interested in your ideas. He was excited by the game ended. So his feeling, how does he feel? He was excited. This is his feeling, but the game was exciting. When I describe the game, so I'll say the game was exciting, but he was excited. What about this girl? I was very tired at the end of the journey. I was very tired at the end of the journey. So, how does she feel? Her feeling was what? She was very tired. But the journey was tiring. I'm describing the journey, so I'll say tiring. But when I describe how the persons feel, so tired. On the other hand, we use an adjective that ends with ing to talk about a thing or a person that makes us have a feeling. For example, the ghost was very frightening. So I'm describing the ghost. But how do I feel? I was frightened. So the ghost was very frightening, but I was frightened. So the ghost caused the feeling of frightening. Have some examples on this one to know the difference. What do you think about this? The news is surprising. So I was surprised. The news is surprising. So I was surprised, or I am surprised, or we are surprised. This is our feeling, but the news itself is surprising. The journey was tiring. The journey was tiring. So I was tired, or she was tired. The journey was tiring, so she was tired. The end of the game was exciting. The end of the game was exciting. So they were what? They were excited. They were excited. And the game was exciting. Your idea is interesting. Your idea is interesting. So I'm interested in your idea. I'm interested in your idea. So your idea is interesting. The lesson was boring. The lesson was boring. So we were all bored. We felt bored. Was the film disappointing? Was the film disappointing? Were you disappointed by the film? So, when I describe your feeling, I say disappointed. But when I describe the film itself, so I say disappointing. I went for a relaxing walk. I went for a relaxing walk. So I felt relaxed. So I felt relaxed, or I was relaxed. Thank you, my students. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson.